my voice is done completely. I stood next to the absolute legend himself, Jamsani. What a boy he is. And when I was singing, my voice sounded like this. Because my vocal cords are just gone by the time the second half was coming around, even let alone the end of the game. But yeah, really, really comfortable performance, to be honest. I mean, look, I think Oxford, to be fair, look, as much as it's a game that if you're wanting to get in the top two, and obviously at some point, if we do keep doing what we're doing, that will become the conversation. But for the moment, I'm just going to take a chill pill and just enjoy the result for the minute. But safe to say, look, Oxford, if you're wanting top two, that's a game you need to be winning. Oxford at home. We obviously don't have a God-given right to win any game, but at the end of the day, that was probably the easiest result of the season so far. And Oxford aren't a bad team either, because they've had, yes, okay, away from home, they still haven't won yet. Like with Derby, I'm glad they waited till after the playing us. At least that was kind of them. But that was the first time, I could be wrong, but that's the first time away from home Oxford have lost by more than a single goal. Double check that. I might end up being talking at my backside there. But yeah, no, Sunderland were pretty much in control from start to finish. I was concerned about how the win on Wednesday against Luton would have took out of our legs, and probably would have took out of us mentally, if I'm being totally honest. But it didn't seem to show it, because Sunderland were just relentless, just kept pressing, and kept on creating opportunities. And the only complaint really from the game is that we probably could have won by more. In fact, probably should have won by more. There's the title of the video. It was as comfortable as what you could imagine it would be. Chris Rigg had two very good opportunities. One in the first half when he was fed through to the right-hand side of the 6-yard box, or near enough to it, and he puts the kick straight at the keeper. If he puts it, I think if he puts it, personally for me, I need to look at it back, but from inside the ground, I thought if he puts it under him, it's 2-0. Then even before Wilson Isidor scored, and I will get to Wilson Isidor's goal in a minute, but there was a chance where he was fed, again, probably on the edge of the penalty area, or just inside the penalty area, but just took a little bit too long and dribbled on the ball, and by the time he passed it to someone else, the chance was gone, because Oxford had everyone back. But Jobe Bellingham, what can I say about him? He's improving week on week, and he looks really, really good, which is why I keep on saying, don't write players off straight away, because you've got to give them a fair chance to actually develop properly. And so far this season, Jobe Bellingham has proven that he's not just living up, he's not just, we're not saying he's just good because he's a Bellingham. He's good because he's a bloody good player. He's looking really good. He's running the midfield. He ran it again today, scored a really good header. His positional awareness is good. All round, he has improved so much from the player we saw last season. Even last season when fans were justifiably saying he needed to be dropped to rest from burnout. No, he was really good. But for me, maybe I'm missing a game for everyone else, but I thought Dan Neil was excellent today. And it's really big for him, because obviously we know he hasn't had the best of seasons. But I think for me, Dan Neil, like with Jobe, I think Dan Neil was slightly better than Jobe personally. I think Dan Neil just completely bossed it, completely ran it. Obviously there was a couple of times Oxford had little breakaways, but other than that, Neil just ran the midfield, and it made it so comfortable for us, and it just settled everything down, and it kept pinning Oxford in. Because Dan Neil often winning the ball back was what often started a lot of our attacks. And let's talk about the second goal. And Dan Neil got himself an assist, didn't he? Look, Oxford give it away, and obviously Oxford were quite sloppy in the build-up to the goal. But either way though, Oxford were a bit sloppy in the build-up because they gave it away. But Dan Neil does a peach of a lob ball over the top, beats everybody else. And Wilson Isidor, by the way, his injury slightly took the shine off today's result, but his finish, wow. Just utter wow. For me, that's our best goal of the season so far. I know Jobe scored a screamer, Chris Rigg scored a back heel. That goal technically is brilliant. To get the lob ball over the top, and Wilson needs to remember, I don't think he took a touch. He had to connect with it first time and just lashes it, and it just dives and curves right past the keeper. And I love those goals like that on the volley are just absolutely superb. Obviously, hopefully Wilson Isidor is okay, but if he say he is out for a spell, that gives Aaron Connolly a chance to shine, doesn't it, really? So there's always something there. And yeah, from there we just kind of saw it out, really. And obviously Oxford aren't a bad side. They've not disgraced themselves coming back into the Championship. I remember in the League One days, I hated playing Oxford. They were so horrible to play against because they suffocated you and didn't give you any room. But yeah, can't complain. 3 wins out of 3 in a 3-game week. We've never ever done that. And at the moment, we're 5 points clear of second and third. But another good thing is that I think we're 9 points as it's at the moment, before Norwich and Borough play tomorrow. At the moment, we're 9 points clear of 7th, which is a really, really good thing. Because if we didn't make top 2, well, hopefully we can get playoffs as comfortable as what you can hopefully have it. But yeah, that's it. The last home game before the clocks go back. So, guys, I will say I'm not going to be at the Coventry game because I'm going to be away seeing my family in Manchester. But I might try and get a video out. But otherwise, I will be at Preston. And obviously, I'll see you for the QPR game if anything happens. But anyway, If you're not a regular subscriber, you're watching the video and you think I've earned a sub from you, then as I'm trying to get to 6k, hit the like button, sub, share it around, it would be massively appreciated. And yeah, let me guys know what you think. And safe trip to Oxford fans. I'm sure you'll be totally fine this season. But yeah, stay safe. Are with the lads. And top of the league with Regis Le Bris. Just let that sink in.